Alright everyone, this is the last part of Gym Heroes. There's a fair few cards to get through, but they're mostly trainer cards and some of them are duplicates of the shinies from earlier, so quick fire round. Sabrina Zabra, 20 energy. Yeah, that's not energy, is it? That's damage. 4 psychic energy. I'm an idiot. Yay, that's a good start. Sabrina's drowsy, fingering whatever that is. I think he's trying to hypnotise someone, but he's not doing very well. And he also is trying to headbutt too, which doesn't look anything like that illustration. Sabrina's Ghastly, Spook. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during the opponent's next turn. Can you not? Alright then. Normally if you spook, then you would run away, not can't retreat. Opposite effect. Sabrina's Mr. Mime. He looks like he's been caught doing something. And checking over his shoulder like he's not happy about it. And that's where the sleight of hand comes in. And the slap because you caught him. Sabrina's Slowpoke, Lazy Attack. I mean, for a lazy attack, it still does 30 damage, so how lazy can it be? It now falls asleep, so use your imagination. Sabrina's Venonat with its Eye Laser of Doom. And it can now poison you. And removal beams. Any energy cards attached to it. Flip a coin. If heads, choose one of those energy cards and discard it. What a bastard. Oh, don't do that. Right, trainer cards. I might as well just read these out. It's going to be the easiest thing to do, won't it? You can look at the illustrations. Put a basic Pokemon or evolution card from your hand face down in front of you. And tell your opponent its name. Your opponent guesses the length of that Pokemon. Flip the card over. If your opponent guesses right, he or she draws 2 cards. If your opponent guesses wrong, you draw 2 cards. Either way, return the card to your hand. Guess the length. Brock is the same as Shiny. Charity. Attach a Charity to your active Pokemon. Unless that Pokemon gets knocked out, return Charity to your hand at the end of your turn. If that Pokemon attacks and does damage to the offending Pokemon, you may reduce that damage by any amount, rounded to the nearest 10. Evoker, same as Shiny. Return Surge, same as the Shiny. Misty, same as the Shiny. Yay. No removal gym. A player must discard 2 cards from his or her hand in order to play any energy removal or super energy removal card. Very situational. Actually, most of these are. A Rocket's Training Gym. Each player plays colourless Morph to treat his or her active Pokemon. Yeah, rude. Blade's Last Resort. You can't play this card if you have any other cards in your hand other than Blade's Last Resort. Show your hand to your opponent and draw 5 cards. Why would you show your hand? You've literally just got that in your hand. Strange. Brock's Training Method. Feeding Onyx Maltesers. I didn't know doing it then. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon or evolution card with Brock in its name. Show that card to your opponent and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. I said deck. Celadon City Gym. During each player's turn, that player may choose to discard an energy card attached to one of his or her Pokemon with Evoker in its name. If that Pokemon does so, that Pokemon is no longer asleep, confused, paralysed, or poisoned. So it's basically a heal. A full heal, even. Celadon City Gym. Each player plays 1 less colourless less to retreat if his or her Pokemon has Misty in its name. So it's kind of the opposite of Rocket's Training Gym, but just for Misty. Evoker's Maid. Oh, that's what the old man was perving on in the game, wasn't he? The one who was staring for the window. There you go. Trade 2 of the other cards in your hand for up to 2 basic... Let's try again. Trade 2 of the other cards in your hand for up to 2 basic Pokemon and or evolution cards with Evoker and their names from your deck. Show these cards to your opponent, then put them in your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Evoker's Perfume. It's a bit of a stretch for descriptive for trainer cards, aren't they? Look at your opponent's hand. If he or she has any basic Pokemon cards there, you will put a number of them onto your opponent's bench. That seems like it would help them, but okay. Good manners. In order to play this card, you can't have any other basic Pokemon cards in your hand. Show your hand to your opponent and search your deck for a basic energy card. Show it to your opponent, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. Isn't that just essentially Pokeball? About the coin flip. Lieutenant Surge's Treaty. Your opponent chooses one of the following. Everyone chooses one of his or her own prizes and puts it into her hand, or you draw a card. So you could go from 5 prizes. I mean, yeah, you can have 6 prizes. You can just pretty much take a prize each. Let's see. Minimum of Team Rocket. Minimum. Shall we try that again? Minion of Team Rocket. Flip 2 coins. If both of them are heads, choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and return it to his or her. I'm going very well on this, aren't I? Try again. Flip 2 coins. It's the eyes. It's staring at me. It's putting me off, alright? Team Rocket's scary. Except they're not. Flip 2 coins. If both of them are your heads, choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, return it to all cards attached to it to his or her hand. If one or both of them are tails, your turn ends immediately. That's a bit shit. Misty's Wrath. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose 2 of those cards and put them into your hand. Discard the rest. Alright then. Pewter City Gym. Don't apply resistance to any attack made by Pokemon with blocking their names. It's alright. Recall. For your attack this turn, your active Pokemon can use any attack from its basic Pokemon card or evolution card attached to it. You still have to pay for that attack's energy cost. That's alright, actually. Sabrina's ESP. Attach Sabrina's ESP to one of your Pokemon with Sabrina in its name. At the end of your turn, discuss Sabrina's ESP. Discard, not discuss. That would be weird, wouldn't it? Just have a conversation about cards. Who would do that on the internet? All during the game. Strange people. If that Pokemon uses an attack that involves flipping coins, Sabrina's ESP lets you reflip those coins once. If you do, reflip all the coins. So it's basically a second chance. Secret mission. Look at your opponent's hand. And you may discard as many other cards as you want from your hand and draw that many cards. That's actually quite good. So you can discard as many other cards as you want from your hand. Basically draw. That's really good. Let's see, I like that one. Tickling Machine with its weird artwork. Rocket Secret Robot. Ugh. Secret for a reason. There's lawsuits from that. It's like Tickle Me Elmo, but worse somehow. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent sets aside all your cards in his or her hand face down. Then be able to look at these cards. At the end of your opponent's next turn, your opponent puts those cards back into his or her hand. If tails, your turn ends immediately. You can't attack this turn. Another one with rockets ending immediately. Good lord, how much text? Vermilion City Gym. Whenever a player attacks with a Pokemon with Lieutenant Surge in its name, he or she may flip a coin. If heads, and if that Pokemon's attack does damage to the defending Pokemon, that attack does 10 more damage to the defending Pokemon. If tails, the attacking Pokemon does 10 damage to itself in addition. That's nowhere near as good as Pewter City ones, is it? You just flat out don't get resisted. Blaine's Gamble. Discard any number of other cards from your hand, then flip a coin. If heads, draw twice that many cards. Interesting. Energy Flow. For each of your Pokemon, you return any number of energy cards attached to it to your hand. Interesting if you get a card and you want to change later. Because you draw something that you were actually waiting out for. Like, if you're attaching cards to a Pokemon that you've got just because you've got no choice, that could really help out. Misty's Duel. You and your opponent play a game of rock, paper, scissors. The winner shovels his or her hand into her deck and draws a new hand of 5 cards. If you don't know how to play rock, paper, scissors, just ask an adult. I mean, come on. Who doesn't know how to play rock, paper, scissors? Jesus. How do you learn to play the Pokemon game but you don't know how to play rock, paper, scissors? Or just flip a coin to decide who's the winner? Why don't you just do that? Just flip the coin. Who's going to play rock, paper, scissors? Just flip the goddamn coin. It's easy. Narrow Gym. It's narrow, but you've still got chairs in there. I mean, take them out. You'll have more room. No player may have more than 4 Pokemon on his or her bench when this card is played. If a player has 5 Pokemon on his or her bench, that player chooses one of them and returns it, and all cards attached to it to his or her hand. If both players have to return the Pokemon, your opponent returns the Pokemon first. Sabrina's Gaze. Each player shuffles his or her hand. Breathe, Spanky, breathe. Each player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck and draws a new hand of the same number of cards. Okay. Kind of like Professor Oak. Trash Exchange. So many jokes about exchanging trash. I'll resist. Count the number of cards in your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck. Then discard that many cards on the top of your deck. I see. And of course, you got your energies. You got your fighting, your fire, your grass, your electric, your psychic, and of course your water. But no Dark or Steel or Rainbow. Oh, Rainbow's been invented. Dark and Steel haven't been invented yet. Shh. They'll come along later. And that was Gym Heroes. Yay! Sorry if I sound a bit sniffly. Hay fever is a thing. And it's a bastard. I still blame Erica's grass Pokemon. Anyway, if you do the whole Twitch thing, there. Or follow me on Threads, on Insta, Facebook. No, not Facebook. That's my personal one. Don't do that one. Or Twitter. Yeah, all that stuff. I'm there. And on YouTube too. Incidentally, this is where this is going. You're probably watching on. Hello. Anyway, bye.